let's talk about Total Fruit Island, because I'm just blown away by how much some of you guys are invested in the story.
Apparently there's this playlist of 25 videos talking about Total Fruit Island, including this one by Memes Daily, which just compiles all the evidence that people currently have. I've gotten emails asking about it on my personal email and my college email address, which I don't know how you guys got that. Okay, so here's me commenting on Spartan Dash's awesome second BFDI iceberg video. And let's look at the replies. We got some requests for give us info on Total Fruit Island, please. There's a whole Discord server about it. Do you know about Total Fruit Island? TFI, have anything on that? Can you describe what Total Fruit Island was and what it looked like? Total Fruit Island, any info me and others are currently searching. Please tell us about Total Fruit Island. Total Fruit Island, we're getting killed out here!
Guys, it's clear your TFI curiosity is bursting at the seams and you need answers. So it's time for me to deliver all the answers I got.
To clarify, Total Fruit Island, which wasn't made by me, has nothing to do with Total Fiery Island, which was made by me in the summer of 2008 and was the direct precursor to Battle for Dream Island.
So for those of you out of the loop, what is Total Fruit Island? Well, it's this YouTube show that was based off of Battle for Dream Island and Total Drama Island, of course. But I think I'm the only person who remembers watching this show. And if my memory serves me correctly, the first episode of Total Fruit Island was uploaded in December 2010, which would make it the second oldest object show that we're currently aware of. But you know, the human brain and the human memory is fallible, it makes mistakes. So I'm worried this is all a false memory. Like, I just don't have any solid proof of it existing.
And that's because all traces of any Total Fruit Island episodes must have been taken offline by 2017, because I remember looking them up at that point and they were all gone. But, as I'll explain later in the video, I can understand why the original uploader might want to keep them offline forever, even though it's not really their fault.
This used to not be public knowledge, but apparently I mentioned Total Fruit Island during a Discord call for work with other BFB crew members or something, and that's kind of how the word got out, and like slowly more and more people heard about it. I know there's this really awesome video made by Spartan Dash talking about stuff in the BFDI iceberg. It's an iceberg video, and in their video they mention that I know about Total Fruit Island, so I think that's how a lot more people heard about it.
Alright, so I remember that each episode was animated with MS Paint, so there would just be a slideshow of pictures drawn in MS Paint, and you know, the grass was like a green rectangle on the bottom, the sky was like a blue rectangle on the top, pretty classic stuff, and all the fruits were like colored circles. And there was the concept of a fruit basket, which was somehow related with elimination. It was either the case that everyone who was safe from elimination got to stay in the fruit basket, or when you get eliminated, you get put in the fruit basket. I don't remember which one it was. I just remember that there was a fruit basket that was present during the elimination ceremony. Okay, so the next topic I want to get into is this rumor going around that Total Fruit Island is obnoxiously racist. While this isn't entirely true and it isn't entirely false, I do think it's a bit overblown. And I know that most of you calling out the racism online, you guys just have good intentions and you're trying to look out for me and Michael as Asian content creators. But I do want to set the record straight that the stereotypes that were in Total Fruit Island are nowhere near as bad as people online are making them out to be.
I feel like this is a real life game of telephone, you know, where each person speaks into the next person's ear and then they reinterpret it. So, oh shoot, there's a car here. Okay, I should be more careful. So what actually happened was, on Total Fruit Island, one contestant was a fruit of Asian origin. I think it was like a mandarin orange or something. And so all of the other fruits were depicted with normal circular eyes, whereas the mandarin orange character had the sort of lines in a shape of a mountain shape for an eye, kind of like the squinty, stereotypically Asian style. And I remember watching that in 2010, you know, I was in 8th grade, and I didn't think much of it. Oh, and by the way, the mandarin orange character also had the sort of stereotypical old Asian beard, you know, like where it's like a horseshoe shape. That mustache is called a Fu Manchu, and there are discussions about whether it can be used as a racial stereotype, but it isn't always. Anyway, I didn't think much of it, but my dad was watching over my shoulder, and he said like, oh, that looks like a
stereotypical Asian character, isn't it, huh? And I was like, oh, I guess. And so 10 years later, when I was just casually chatting about BFDI history with, I don't know, someone on the BFB crew, I might have said, oh yeah, I remember Total Fruit Island, and there was one character that looked like an Asian stereotype. And then when they told someone else, maybe they said like, oh, the show had a little bit of like racist undertones, and then they told it to someone else, and then they said like, oh, it was like racist towards Asians, and then like now the idea is the show was a hate crime against the Huang twins. And I feel like it's funny, but you know, I don't want to spread misinformation. So the show was definitely not intentionally racist. Was it a little iffy the way they depicted an Asian character? Yeah, maybe, but they were definitely just trying to create a cutesy little show where characters of various different personalities looked very different. So they definitely just wanted to make people smile, and they weren't out to make me feel attacked. So I forgive them. And then I also want to say that since the show got taken down, I imagine the creator of it, if the creator ever heard of the sort of new discussion about the show in 2021 and is hearing about how people think that they were a racist and all this bad stuff, then they're probably not going to bring the show back online. So it's going to kind of discourage them from ever speaking out publicly about it, and incentivizes them to like keep it hush hush and keep it hidden. And if you are that creator watching this right now, I just want to let you know that I don't think you have to hide, and I want to see you put that content back online, and I support you, and I know you're a good person and you meant no harm. So let's put aside any misunderstandings of the past, and hopefully we can become more united as the OSC. The other thing I want to mention is that there's this other show based on total drama on YouTube that came out before BFDI, and it was titled The Children of Camp Wawanakwa. That, of course, being the same island that Total Drama Island, the official TV show, happens on. And this was back in like 2008 or 2009, so it's before the official Total Drama Rama show came out, which has official versions of the TDI characters as kids. So this was a fan-made version in MS Paint depicting the characters as kids, like Owen as a little baby, Izzy as a little baby, Gwen as a little baby, you know, all those characters. And they used the YouTube comments to ask the viewers to vote off who to eliminate, which was an inspiration for us to do that in BFDI. And I'm just mentioning that because there might be some connection between the person who made the Children of Camp Wawanakwa YouTube show and the person who made Total Fruit Island. I'm not really sure. That's just me throwing something out there. The other thing I wanted to throw out is that around this whole time, like end of 2010, in YouTube, you could still comment directly on a channel page. And I uploaded a LazyKH video talking about it here. And I remember quite a few users who were talking on the channel page at the time, discussing new BFDI episodes. And I don't know if I want to leak their usernames because, you know, they're not asking to be, you know, inundated with questions from modern BFDI fans because they might have moved on from the fandom. But I remember one of them counted up how many votes we got on BFDI episode 12, the one where Snowball gets eliminated, and we had gotten 87 votes. And I remember I asked him, please don't spoil the number of votes. So he typed that comment saying they got 87 votes backward. So it was like a hidden spoiler. It doesn't really hide much because it's super easy to read backward. But around the same time, people are also saying, like, did you hear Total Fruit Island got 40 votes or something around that? And I remember like getting a little nervous because I didn't want to be dethroned. I was like, Total Fruit Island showed up in the last month. We've been on the block for like almost a year now, and they're already pulling 50% of the votes we are. So maybe I'll reach out to these people privately or something and ask them if they remember this sort of discussion we had about whether Total Fruit Island was going to overtake Battle for Dream Island. But I guess that means I have a few more leads if I wanted to investigate this. I don't really want to investigate this further, but maybe like you guys in the comments who are more into this investigation than me can use the information. I want to end this video off on a philosophical note. So does anybody remember this YouTube show? It's called Fight for Feline Funds, and it was created by English Cream Cakes, the first ever pencil voter in BFDI. They created it in the summer of 2011, but what I want to posit is this question. Does this count as an old object show? Because it's clear English Cream Cakes was a BFDI fan since they voted on many early BFDI episodes, but it's just cats as contestants. So you could argue it's just a spin-off of Total Drama Island with cats, with no object show influence whatsoever. With that same sort of philosophical debate, perhaps Total Fruit Island, even if it does exist, is also not an object show, because you could argue it's solely a child of the Total Drama franchise, with fruits as the contestants, and there's no object show influence whatsoever. I guess this sort of metaphysical debate of what qualities or traits constitute an object show or are necessary for something to be classified as an object show is, something that can go on forever and we'll never have the full answer to. But with that being said, I think the video is over. If you viewers have any other additional info or remember watching Total Fruit Island, please let me know in the comments. Please somehow provide evidence because this story is ongoing, and I'll see you all later. Bye!